What is going on with Canadian immigration? Let's talk about business immigration changes and how that affects you in 2025. Today, we will be talking about three major changes. Yes, recent changes in immigration has been very unexpected, very political in a way. They have significantly impacted business immigration programs too. Remember, a few weeks ago, I was talking about the changes that did not affect business immigration. But now, with the recent changes to immigration plans for the next 3 years, 2025 to 2027, business immigration has also been impacted. Let's discuss three major changes. One, changes in intra-company transfer program, changes in the startup visa program, and changes in the C11 Entrepreneur Work Permit program. Yes, these changes have caused more challenges and made it more competitive. A great strategy is more important than ever. Robust immigration strategy needs to be adopted by you. But there is some good news too. So stay until the end and we will discuss some good news together. Let's discuss with the changes to the ICT program, Intra-Company Transfer Program. Canadian government came up with a definition of multinational corporation. This was not the case before. Before these changes, you could expand your foreign company as the first expansion into Canada. Not anymore. Unfortunately, nowadays ICT permits are now limited to multinational corporations with revenue generating operations in at least 2 or more countries other than Canada. So, implications: owner-operator and family-owned businesses not established as MNCs are ineligible. For example, a $5 million company operating solely in India cannot transfer key personnel to Canada to start a branch. So, I suggest if you are an Indian company or are from the countries that are not free trade agreement countries, we will come to FTAs in a moment, you need to first go and expand in another country other than Canada and then come to Canadian soil, which is very unreasonable on a personal level. I don't agree with the government's approach, but we have been dealt the cards and we have to play this poker together. Number two, new requirement has been adopted for the ICTs, physical commercial premises. So workers must be based in a physical commercial office in Canada. The implications are companies using co-working spaces or remote models no longer qualify for ICT transfers. They must establish physical premises or explore other types of work permit programs. So previously, we did the same. We asked the clients who were doing ICTs to go and get a commercial address, whether it's a co-working space or not. They would allow this kind of an expansion, not anymore. And the third change to the ICT is prevailing wage requirement for managerial intra-company transferees. Managerial positions must meet Canadian median wages for their national occupation classification. So the implications are the financial strain on small and medium businesses, unfortunately, with wages typically between $85,000 to $150,000 for managerial positions, requiring more capital to support wages and operational expenses. So when you are expanding to Canada, now you have to take that into account if you're transferring a managerial staff member to management level staff member to Canada. And number four, the extensions. Now, the changes are recent. There were ICT work permit holders already in Canada. Not many of them had multiple operations globally. They had one in their home country, and now they have the second operation in Canada, but they now have to extend ICT work permits that they hold. Renewals will depend on company structure and the need for high-level managerial or executive roles. Do you need that high-level position in Canada or not? So that's the thing that you need to prove. Only well-established businesses with a clear executive need can extend permits limiting options for smaller companies. This is the implication. If you are ICT work permit holder and you don't qualify into that multinational corporation definition, the new definition, and you are not well-established business and cannot prove that there is a need for senior managerial staff member to be in Canada, you may look at other work permit programs. Now, there's good news always. Exceptions to this rule is about free trade agreement countries. The recent changes to the ICT program apply only to those applying under the general ICT category, not the free trade agreement ICT category. So this means that new rules impact nationals from countries that do not have free trade agreement with Canada. Many countries do have FTAs with Canada. There are 16 FTAs in force right now, and these countries, you can read them for yourself, can be exempted, are exempted from the new changes to the rule. This is a good news. So almost 51 countries are in exception category. So now, Startup Visa Program, one of the most popular programs that is still good option for many foreign entrepreneurs and startup founders. Application cap. We know that per designated organization, there is a limit of 10 startups to be supported. The 2025 business immigration applications cap, including the one that is SUV, the Startup Visa Program, the overall federal business immigration cap is set to be 2,000 applications. Will be further reduced in 2026 to 1,000. So competition will be fierce. As we stand today here, looking forward, I think you need better preparation to be successful. Implications. Increased competition favors well-funded startups with proven traction. So your startup needs to have traction, sales, MVP, demo, prototype, or whatnot, and have market entry, at least in certain markets. Some traction in Canada would be preferred. Smaller, early stage startups are faced with difficulty competing for limited spots. So if you are in the early stage, I would reconsider your strategy, and you can talk to us to come up with more ideas on how to bring you to Canada. There are other ways too, so startup is one of many ways. Second change, which is a positive change, now it's a good news, open work permit with new requirements. Okay, there's a caveat. There's an 3-year open work permit option with new requirements. It's a good news, however, the acknowledgement of receipt is now required. That potentially takes around 3 to 18 months. Proof of significant benefit to Canada is needed. That's a new thing. Focusing on economic, social, and cultural contributions. The implication would be increased processing times, be patient, and documentation requirements could hinder startups without immediate impact or sufficient funding, okay? You need to be more patient, and most probably the priority processing of certain Startup Visa Program applicants with Canadian Tech Network and angel investors, venture capital funds, those will be prioritized. So anything other than that, you need to be really patient, okay? So what's the good news about Startup Visa Program? As I said, one good news is open work permit. Then another one is priority processing. There is now a priority processing with certain designated organizations that are in Canada's tech network. These are select incubators, all of the angel investors, and all of the venture capital funds that are in the priority processing. So permanent residence in the priority processing takes up to 18 months usually, while open work permit, after you submit your PR under Startup Visa, you can apply for open work permit. That work permits are much faster with priority processing. So if we go deeper with this good news, why open work permit is a good news? Because once you come to Canada to run your startup, to develop your startup further, You can also make some earnings by working in another place or on another project, because your startup may not be generating good income yet. Okay? From our perspective, we handle our startup visa applicants through priority processing. So if you have any ideas or you want to discuss startup visa program with us, contact us today. Now, we have come to the last group of changes. So now we will discuss the changes to the C11 Entrepreneur Work Permit Program, which is a sub-program of a wider program called International Mobility Program, IMP. So 2025 IMP cap has been set to 285,750, decreasing all the way to 128,700 applications in 2026. So as you can see, the logic is as we go further into 25, 26, 27, things will get more competitive. Implications: fewer LMIA exempt work permits will be issued, including C11. That may lead to higher refusal rates, of course, naturally, favoring applicants with strong financial backing and structured applications, demonstrating significant benefits to Canada. Okay? Significant benefit to Canada has been overall story with these changes. Now, the good news with C11, there are still many success stories that we are generating at Sobirov's law firm. Our team has been very successful in getting positive results in many C11 applications. We just published a new success story about it. So see it for yourself. Go to sobirovs.com website and search the keyword C11. And you will see all the success stories that we've been achieving. But I acknowledge that things are getting more competitive, more demanding. You need to be ready accordingly. So overall, changes are very deep, but there is also good news. As I outlined, there's hope. Don't lose your hope. 2025 Business Immigration Guide that we published on our website, and this video is here to clarify things for you. So navigating through new rules for entrepreneurs will be more challenging going forward, increasingly competitive programs, and the stricter caps and more selection, more documentation. However, entrepreneurs must navigate these challenges by making significant investments, so the word significant is the key word, and demonstrating genuine commitment to their businesses. As I was saying in our other videos many times before, our team is more committed for you to be focused on business aspect. Run your business genuinely, do your best, and immigration comes naturally, okay? That's been our philosophy. Don't just do business for the sake of immigration, okay? Do real business on a commercial level, on a commercial terms, and focus on significant benefit that you can bring to Canada. Significant investment like I want to outline some highlights of these changes. Significant investment of 500,000 or more is now I would say required realistically. Passive investment or mere job creations are not sufficient. So active management is necessary. You will be running your business actively. Entrepreneurs should choose ventures aligned with Canada's priorities and Canada's needs, in a way, needs of those locations where you want to establish your business. Innovation, sustainability, and local needs are the keywords for you in choosing the right business. Business plans must demonstrate social, cultural, or economic value beyond job creation. Job creation and tax paying, payroll taxes and stuff are default. But more than that, what's your other benefits, social, cultural, or economic? Previously, we have been doing it even before the changes. We were focused on business plan. Even if it's not mandatory, we were focused on business plan, creating local benefits to the local economies and highlighting all the benefits beyond just tax benefit or job creation. Strategic planning and a clear value proposition are essential for success in this evolving environment. Things are changing, elections are coming, and everything is changing. You need to get ready, adapt accordingly, be flexible, be anti-fragile, as one book suggests. Now, My message here is Canada's business immigration is more selective now, demanding significant investment, active involvement, and alignment with national priorities of Canada. Beyond job creation, entrepreneurs must demonstrate clear benefits to Canada. Tips from us based on our many successful cases. Now I want to share this. This is my team developed this list of 5 tips for you. Number 1, build a strong business case with clear benefits to Canada. I was repeating it many times, but the word significant benefit requirement as a requirement now applies across all programs. It's not only about C11 significant benefit. It's about C11, it's about ICT, it's about startup visa. Okay, significant benefit to Canada. Number 2, ensure sufficient funding and financial stability. Become more financially stable even before raising funds in Canada. With the competitive caps on startup visas and the prevailing wage requirements for ICTs, having substantial financial backing is more critical than ever. You cannot say, oh, I will raise funds in Canada. Yes, you can raise some funds, but this is not the majority of your funds from Canada. Okay, you need to come up with your own funding when you are expanding to Canada or bringing your startup to Canada. Number 3, prove market traction and business progress. Canada's immigration programs are increasingly focused on businesses' viability and growth potential. Yes, the paper looks great, business plan looks great. However, the traction, have you done some research? Have you visited Canada? Have you talked to local authorities and stakeholders? And your viability of business is not just on paper, but in practice too. Number 4, prepare for potential delays and plan for long processing times. Yes, I hate processing times. You do the same. You hate processing times, but that's the reality. Acknowledge that certain processes, such as under Startup Visa Program, receiving an AOR for the SUV open work permit application may take several months. Of course, priority processing is there as an exception, but be ready to be patient. And number 5, work with the business immigration experts for strategic guidance. Now more than ever, you need a partner next to you, a business immigration lawyer who's been doing it for many, many years with a success rate that you are happy with, to be next to you, to be on this path with you. My message here, get ready, have funding, don't walk this path alone, okay? Now, how we can help? Sobirov's law firm is ready to help you. We do complex services altogether, internally, in-house, and using external experts. Business plan development and strategic positioning. We will work with you to create a detailed, compliant business plans that align with Canada's new standards, the increased standards. To strengthen your application, we will emphasize significant economic and social benefits, clear market traction, and financial viability. Number 2, guidance on selecting high-impact businesses and sectors in certain locations or certain industries. We assist in identifying business opportunities across Canada that align with Canada's economic priorities, helping you select ventures that go beyond job creation to offer innovation, sustainability, or other valuable contribution to Canadian communities. And lastly, another group that we help with, comprehensive application support and compliance. Our team provides end-to-end application support, ensuring all aspects of your submission meet the latest IRCC requirements. From structuring ownership to demonstrating financial readiness, we guide you in presenting a robust and compliant application and submit it on time so that it aligns with your priorities, and we do our best to decrease the chance of refusal. Yes, it's not easy, but we're ready to help. So my message here is, we know these changes can seem overwhelming, but don't worry. With the right strategy and guidance, success in Canada is within your reach. With our help, we've been helping many entrepreneurs to succeed in Canada, If you're interested in business immigration, contact us. We will put our many years of experience to your service, and we've been recognized by Legal 500 and Chambers and Partners as one of the best business immigration law firms in Canada. So business immigration is our business. If you have any questions, please leave them as comments underneath this video, and my team will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you for your attention. Have a great day.